From the moment that we wake up until the moment that we go to bed, we are swimming in visual images. They're all around us, on our phone screens, on our TVs, inside of our cabinets and pantries. There's logos and images all around us. It might even intrigue you to know that we are exposed to nearly 4,000 to 10,000 visual advertisements per day. Oops. That's a statistic from Red Crow Marketing. Of those 4,000 to 10,000 images, our bodies have a defense mechanism to keep out all but nearly 100. But over the course of our lifetime, those images still sink into our subconscious, and they create lasting effects on our emotions, on our desires, even on how our memories affect us. There's a fact that I just read that shows children can identify nearly 1,000 corporate logos, but have a hard time identifying at least 10 native species of plants in their hometown. So I just wonder, what are the effects on on adults? So to test it out, I just wanted to come up with a fun exercise for everyone in the audience today. And on the next slide, I have 6 logos and a timer with 10 seconds. And I'd love for you to raise your hand as soon as you can identify all 6 of them. Are you ready? Set, go. About 1 second is all it took for you to be able to identify. It shows how much brands imprint into our minds. Our minds are so powerful. We can come up with answers in a split second. So can you imagine if we started to fulfill our surroundings with visuals that pertain to us specifically, that matter to our goals and to our values, rather than other people's marketing and promotions? Why don't we start taking action and taking hold of those lasting imprints that land in our mind? But how do you do that? I think you do that by figuring out what's most important to you, and you can do so by looking in the mirror and tuning into the person you see in the reflection. That is how you find out what is most important to you. But to break it down further, I wanted to share 8 areas that I think will infinitely go on in our lives forever, no matter what stage of life you're at. Your education, your friendships, your finances, your family, these are areas we all have stake in on our own. Your creativity, your community, your spirituality, and your health. These are 8 areas of personal value that will always pertain to you. And these are values that are beyond the professional goal-setting world. That's a whole other world you can put your mind and focus towards. So there's never a space where we can run out of importance and areas that we can create visualization and move our progression towards. These areas, when you define them and focus in on them, you can create clarity, and clarity in these areas also boost your confidence. And there's some unique facts around this. TD Bank of America did a survey where they surveyed over 1,100 individuals and 500 business owners. And they asked them about their visualization processes. What they discovered is that people who participated in visualization activities, like keeping photographs or vision boards, were actually twice as confident in regards to achieving their goals. And so I love conducting workshops where you can tap into your own creative mind and your own goals, and specifically create an emphasis for yourself to fall back onto. And so in your day-to-day, when you use that as a reference to retain action plans and goals and set methods for yourself to stay in tune with your priorities, it just creates a better feeling space and a more confident mindset for yourself. So what are the different types of visual aids we can participate in creating? There are so many. There's plans, there's maps. People utilize those in business all the time. There's vision and mood boards, because sometimes you can't encapsulate what you're looking to feel, but you can find the way to the words through the images. You can do it on paper. You can do it digitally and create collages through all sorts of apps and digital platforms. There's creative ways you can express your mind through images. There's professional ways you can express your mind through images. And there are also ways that you can focus on your short-term goals and your long-term goals. There is truly a rhyme or reason for any type of visual aid, and it's up to you for how far you would like to take the practice and exercise and how frequent. Inside of a workshop, you are able to pick one of those directions and pick one of those values that are important to you and start to explore and express your mind and your imagination. And when you do so, it makes it so much easier for you to share those ideas with others. So I wanted to do a little show and tell and show you what it looks like in my creative process when I dive into vision boarding. Start by taking a magazine and gathering the puzzle pieces, quite literally. Connect to the images that you see and pull everything out that you can, because this is going to help you create a mosaic. The next step is start assembling. Cut out the words that mean something to you and place them in an order around so that you can see what you had picked out from the magazines. And after you are able to lay those words, images, and ideas out, you'll gain a sense of what direction you want to take. Do you want to make it a collage? Do you want to make it a straightforward scrapbook where you can see specific ideas? That's where you can refine and start pasting and gluing things down onto a poster board or canvas. And from there, it becomes so much easier to share what you had in your mind when it comes to your family, your health, your wealth, and even your business goals. So how do we apply this in our lives? Some people start by doing one every decade of their lives. I argue you should do it more frequently. A yearly vision board helps you set a reference for where you are at and where you want to be, and you might just be surprised that as you document this and keep track of your ideas throughout your life, you start to accomplish things you put into your subconscious, and soon enough, you might stand where you wanted to be before. The frequency is what sinks into our heart, and that carries us through into our lives. And so if you want to change your vibration and the way you show up, I think that you can control the narrative by actually being the change that you wish to see and setting those lasting impressions in your own subconscious mind rather than letting the world do it for you. Thank you.